I'd like to share with you, because of, when you get so many choices out there, sometimes hindi na siya nakakatulong. Sometimes it gets confusing, no? So that's why what I'd like you to understand is hindi naman masama 'yon. Hindi naman masama na marami kang choices. In fact, ang importante diyan is alam mo from which among those choices would be perfect for you. So that's why I'm going to talk about Diversi-Fly. How are you supposed to start a budget-friendly multi-asset portfolio on the fly? All right. So it's no secret ang naging tema the past couple of years, no, 2020, 2021, and I think even 2022. Whatever we've been doing so far, in one way or another, we're trying to nurse ourselves, our family, the economy, the Philippines back to recovery. So yun yung gusto nating ma-achieve, no? Pre-pandemic levels, road to recovery. That's what we've been trying to do, in one way or another. And the good thing about that is the new year, no? Itong kaka-celebrate lang natin, no? New Year 2022, it brings about an opportunity for us to, restart. It brings about an opportunity for us to repair the damages of the past. 2022, the new year, ultimately, hopefully, one small step at a time, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, one weekend at a time. Hopefully, it leads us to recovery. No, despite all these uncertainties, again, this is day two. No, so you've probably heard a lot, about outlook for 2022. So again, despite all these uncertainties, together with most of our analysts, I am confident that there will be better days ahead. So gawin na nating simple yung usapan. Let's not overcomplicate things. I think I'm confident that there will really be better days ahead because we have much more information about the situation. We have much more information about the virus, about its mutations, because more and more Filipinos are now vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Some of us are even getting boosted. And these developments essentially give the government and businesses the confidence, to further reopen the economy. And that's what we need. Philippine consumption, retail consumption kasi is pretty much 70% of our GDP, no? So it's very important that we look into this space. So what we're trying to say here is consumption is seen to make a strong rebound. So I'd like you to focus in on this slump. Itong nakikita natin na pagbagsak ng stock market, no, mid 2020. If you'll observe from that slump in 2020, it's pretty much caused by general market fear and uncertainty. Hindi natin alam kung anong mangyayari sa susunod, di ba? And the thing is, because of this uncertainty, instead of investors, picking up the market, instead of investors taking advantage of the dip, what they did was they used their money for panic buying, stockpiling essential food and items, because Filipinos were asked to, as much as possible, stay at home, diba? Limited mobility brought activities indoors, and employees and students, most of employees and students, were forced to adapt telecommuting and e-learning setups. In the process, this introduced new consumer trends such as what we call hometainment. Lahat nasa bahay na, no? Entertainment on demand, you have Netflix, you have Spotify, you have all sorts of streaming services, indoor basketball courts, home gyms. We saw the rise of third-party delivery aggregators, which back in the day, mga online shopping apps back in the day, sinasabi natin, hindi importante yan. It's just supplying us with our wants. But because of the pandemic, they transitioned from wants to even needs and essentials. No, naging importanteng parte sila ng survival natin during the pandemic. No, these developments pave the way to Filipinos embracing digital transformation, whether you like it or not, whether you're comfortable or not. Your titos and titas, your lolos and lolas, they had no choice, but to embrace GCash, Paymaya, for them to be able to send and receive money, send and receive ayuda. Opening e-wallets even forced the bigger banks to enhance their mobile banking apps, even at a certain point in time, waiving interbank fund transfer fees. No? So what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the thick of things, fast, practical, and affordable became the way to go. Everything now is all about how fast we can get something done. Everything now is how practical our choices are. Everything now is about how budget friendly our decisions are. So the fast, practical, and affordable revolution paved the way to the X-in-ones or the all-in-ones. No? Yung kombinasyon ng mga bagay for us to live our day-to-day lives faster, more practical, and more affordable. So what I'm trying to say here is, instead of you, for example, yung mga gearheads dyan, yung mga mahilig magkuting-ting sa bahay, mahilig magkuting-ting sa kotse during weekends, perhaps instead of you buying a set of wrenches, perhaps the practical option is for you to just get yourself an adjustable wrench. Instead of carrying a mobile phone or laptop, or instead of buying both, mag-iipon ka, bibili ka ng separate mobile phone, separate laptop, we came up with an ingenious, with a bright idea to come up with a tablet. If you're thinking about your dream home, for example, and you're torn between renting out or perhaps buying it yourself, why don't you look for perhaps rent-to-own properties? So again, dito natin nakikita, no, for as long as you know your options, mas maganda yung nagiging resulta because you make informed investment decisions. You make informed decisions when it comes to your money. Pagdating sa kotse, pag-usapan natin yung mga mahilig sa sasakyan dyan or yung mga gustong bumili ng first car nila for the family. Let's say you want to get your family an SUV, but your budget only permits getting a top-end sedan. Perhaps what you can consider is for you to get a crossover. Kasi ito na yung mga car makers natin, they're trying to address that in between, no? That in between space over there. But the same is true, ladies and gentlemen. The same is true when it comes to the concept of making money. Sadly, people want to earn tons of money the fastest way possible. So ang ginagawa natin, ang ginagawa ng mga Pilipino, pinauso to ng mga millennials, no? Pumasok tayo sa side hustle. Inimbento natin yung gig economy and several other ways to make money outside of our 9 to 5 because we're so used to a world where almost anything is just a few clicks away. We're being made to believe that the same is true when it comes to investments. Dahil nga sanay tayo sa instant, 3-in-1 coffee, instant pancit canton, nasanay tayo na mabilisan lahat ng bagay. Iniisip din natin na ganun din pagdating sa investments, mabilisan. That's why a lot of Filipinos fall prey to investment scams. Because scammers, yung mga scammers, whether old school or online scammers, they use the lure of instant earnings, instant gains, quick money to victimize Filipinos. One way to earn extra income is for us to perhaps run a business. Thinking of running a business, perhaps you might want to buy a franchise or do it on your own, build it yourself. But the good thing about that is stock market investing gives Filipinos the power to buy ownership of publicly listed stocks online without having to go out, without having to inconvenience themselves online for as little as what? 5,000 pesos. Investing in stocks, ang kailangan mo lang dito, first order of business, is an active stock brokerage account. It will now allow you to buy, ownership into publicly listed corporations. Your options, close to 300 listed stocks to choose from. If 300 is overwhelming, you might want to limit your choices to the best of the best. The blue chips, the index stocks, the PSEI, 30 of the best stocks in the Philippines. The good thing about that is when it comes to stock market investing, it allows you, it allows your money to earn from two ways, no? Capital appreciation and profit sharing or dividends all at the same time. And again, it's very budget friendly. Ang kailangan mo lang 5,000 pesos as an initial investment. Stock market investing presents the opportunity to Filipinos to own businesses without having to run them. It presents the opportunity of entrepreneurship to Filipinos by giving them the chance to co-own already successful businesses even if they are on a budget. Dun sa mga namumroblema sa pagsingil sa utang, dun sa mga namumroblema sa pagbayad sa utang, merong utang-centered, merong utang-oriented investments. Tawag natin sa kanila bonds, no? It allows Filipinos na magpautang sa Philippine national government or perhaps to expanding corporations na hindi mo kailangang magpautang ng malaking halaga. And again, it's a form of investment in itself. Ang tawag natin dyan, bond investing or bonds. Bond investing can give you a predictable stream of income. Kaya nga ang tawag natin sa kanila, isa sa tawag natin sa bonds, fixed income securities. If held until maturity, bond investing can preserve your capital. Kagaya ng stock market, dalawa ang source of income mo sa bond investing. This time around, capital appreciation and regular coupon payments. You also get market, you also offset market volatility by placing your money or perhaps a percentage of your investments in bonds. At ang maganda dito, kanina sa stock market investing, 5,000 pesos. From time to time, the Bureau of Treasury offers us what we call premium bonds na minimum investment amount lang is 500 pesos. But by default, for you to be able to invest directly in government bonds, kailangan 5,000 pesos. So again, budget-friendly in any which way you look at it. Now, if you'd like to buy multiple stocks, kasi napag-usapan natin kanina stock market investing, tapos napag-usapan naman natin bond investing. Andoy, what if I'd like to buy multiple stocks? And what if I'd like to buy multiple bonds all at the same time? Pero ang problema ko, wala akong masyadong budget, wala akong masyadong pera, no? The good thing about that is may sagot diyan sa problema mo. Meron tayong tinatawag na pooled funds. Ang tawag natin dito sa pooled funds, no, you have mutual funds or investment companies, and you have UITFs or unit investment trust funds or trust bank products. Ang ginagawa nila, they pretty much combine asset classes in one basket, in one bag, and they sell that bag to investors para well diversified agad ang portfolio nila. You have the best unit investment trust funds and mutual funds through First Metro Securities as FundSmart. Pero syempre, mas maganda na you do your own research. How do you protect yourselves from mutual fund scams, from UITF scams? Make sure that you're investing in regulated bodies, regulated entities. Makikita mo yung mga pangalan nila sa sec.gov.ph for mutual funds at bsp.gov.ph for unit investment trust funds. The good thing about investing in pooled funds, mutual funds and UITFs, instant diversification. You buy one fund and you get access to 10, 20, 30 underlying securities. It allows Filipinos access to high-income outlets na individually hindi natin afford mabili. It's very liquid. Earnings are exempt from capital gains tax. So ibig sabihin, you make the most out of your money kasi wala masyadong mga binabawas. You get to take advantage of expert fund management. Your fund manager makes the investment decisions for you. So if you are not yet comfortable making decisions where you're supposed to invest your money, perhaps pooled funds, mutual funds and UITFs could be your first could be your first investment, And again, similar to stocks, similar to bonds, for as little as 5,000 pesos, pwede kang mag-umpisang mag-invest sa bonds, sa pooled funds. Now, pagdating sa pooled funds, unit investment trust funds, mutual funds, stocks, and bonds, what if you'd like to get the best out of all these investment outlets? Kasi ito na pag-usapan natin. Andoy, I'd like some features of pooled funds. I love some features of stocks. Nagustuhan ko rin yung ibang features ng bonds. Meron din bang in-betweens niyan? Kasi kanina sabi mo, mobile phone, laptop, nagkaroon ng tablet. Meron bang ganun? And again, the good thing about that is meron pa rin hybrid, meron pa rin combination of these three. Ang tawag natin dyan, ETF or exchange traded funds. And in the Philippines, a bit of trivia. In the Philippines, isa pa lang ang exchange traded fund, and it happens to be ours, First Metro Philippine Equity Exchange Traded Fund or FMETF. First Metro ETF. An ETF is a very affordable investment vehicle, a super simple investment vehicle compared to pooled funds na merong holding period It's a mutual fund. It's a pooled fund traded in the stock exchange. So it's very tradable. Pag binili mo ng umaga, tapos kumita ka na over lunch, pwede mo siyang ibenta before mag-close ang market, and then that's it. It combines the best features of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And in the case of FMETF, it only gives the investors access to the best stocks in the Philippines. No, it only invests your money in blue chip stocks. So the best combinations of stocks and bonds and funds, and also invests your money in the best stocks in the Philippines for how much? As little as 1,500 pesos. So again, sobrang mura, sobrang budget friendly, sobrang practical, especially for those of you guys who'd like to start investing this year. No, now let's talk about adulting. You can't talk about adulting without talking about your dream house, without talking about real estate investing. Say you'd like to start investing in real estate. Tapos gusto mo ring magkaroon ng konting investment sa pooled funds. But the problem is, again, ganun pa rin ng kadalasang problema natin, Andoy, gusto ko pero wala akong pera. When you talk about real estate investing, you need hundreds of thousands of pesos. You need millions of pesos just for you to be able to buy one property. Again, that problem is solved by what we call real estate investment trusts, or REITs. REITs allow Filipinos to co-own income-generating real estate assets. No, and because REITs are require very minimal capital for you to start investing in, hindi mo na kailangang mangutang sa bangko. Kasi usually kapag wala kang pera for you to buy your car, magka-car loan ako. Wala kang pera for you to be able to buy your first home, mag-housing loan ako. Pagdating sa REITs, you don't need to borrow money because again, it's very affordable. It gives you instant real estate asset diversification. No need to spend on maintenance, no need to spend on insurance, no need to spend on renovation because trabaho na yon ng real estate investment trust company. It's professionally managed. Kanina, di ba, napag-usapan natin sa pooled funds, meron kang fund manager. When it comes to real estate investment trusts, bukod sa fund manager, you also happen to have an admin manager and a property manager working for you. Diba, parang it's so prestigious that you're not only investing affordably, but you also have people working for you, day in, day out, just to make sure that your investments are tracked properly. No? It's very liquid, guaranteed dividends. So pagdating sa real estate investing, di ba, ang ina-expect natin na kita dyan, rental income, rental income, lease income. Pero pagdating sa real estate investment trust, syempre wala tayong kikitain na rental income at lease income. Mapupunta yon sa company. Pero sa atin, yung kinikita ng real estate investment trust corporations, they are required to distribute 90% of their kita back to us investors sa pamamagitan ng dividends. So guaranteed dividends, 90% of their income ibinabalik sa atin. So wala kang kinikitang renta, wala kang kinikitang lease, but every quarter, every 3 months, you wake up in the morning, may kita mo yung stock brokerage account mo, merong extra cash. Pag tiningnan mo yung source ng cash, nagbigay na pala ng dividends yung real estate trust investments ko. All right. And the good thing about that is for as little as 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000, depending on the REIT of your choice, pwede ka nang mag-umpisang mag-invest in real estate investment trust. So again, sobrang daming choices, but itong mga choices na to are legitimate. Itong mga choices na to are budget-friendly. And all they're supposed to do eventually is to broaden the horizon of the investor and to diversify your portfolio further. No? All these investment options will just give you better asset allocation. Yun lang naman yung gusto nating ma-achieve dito, no? Which concerns where you're supposed to invest your money in, how much are you supposed to invest where, factoring in your personal investor personality, your very own investor personality, your very own time horizon. Kasi syempre, not all investments are created equal, pero not all investors are also created equal. And at the same time, your current financial situation. Importante naman yun kasi bakit mo naman pipilitin yung sarili mong mag-invest ng malaking halagang pera if you can't afford it just yet, no? It also gives your portfolio what we call diversification. So asset allocation is one. You also achieve diversification because you'll find the right mix of different investments suitable for you. Diba? Yun ang pinaka-importante doon. It gives you some sense of comfort that you are investing in outlets that you perfectly understand, that you're comfortable with. Diversifying will give you options as to, investing your money sa country, no? For multi-currency investing. It gives you the power to invest in various business sectors for multi-industry exposure. And of course, it also allows you to own a wide array of businesses from small caps to mid caps to large caps. Again, without having to break the bank. Asset allocation and diversification will never eliminate risk. Pagdating sa investing, hindi pwedeng mawala ang risk. Kaya nga sabi nila, 'di ba? Low risk, low returns. High risk, high returns. Parating nandyan yan. Risk is inherent when you start investing. What asset allocation and diversification does, ang ginagawa nila, they help you manage or minimize risk for you to be able to maximize your potential income. Diba? It will not eliminate risk. It will help you manage or lessen the risk with the end goal of increasing your potential income. Because you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. Ito, gasgas na to, but this is my way of making you appreciate this saying. Your eggs being your money, your baskets being your various asset classes. Because even if you lose one or two eggs, one or two baskets, you won't end up losing all your hatch, all your eggs, because they are placed elsewhere. Yun yung importansya ng pagda-diversify ng pera mo, no? Because each asset class has their own risk and return characteristics. They move and respond differently to market conditions. Usually when one class is not doing good, the others are performing better, no? At yun ang maganda dito sa diversification. At again, you can diversify your portfolio without having to spend that much. Diversification is not just about distributing eggs into different baskets. The more important thing here is nakikita natin, it's about eventually, in time, 2 years, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, it's about eventually getting more eggs from different chickens. And that's the goal. That's why I'd like you guys to diversify your portfolio. And the good thing is whatever investment combination you choose, doing so will not just allow you to grow your money. Hindi lang to selfish for selfish reasons, no? Investing will also allow you to help the Philippines' recovery efforts, nation building efforts. It will help our country grow. It will help businesses expand. It will help Filipinos land jobs. And that's why it's never a bad idea. Ito, napakinggan ko dun sa speech ni President Monzon, no? Yesterday morning. It's never a bad idea for you to start investing now. For us to start creating multiple streams of income, we need to start crafting. We need to start making multiple sources of income. Speaking of income, while it's true that your salary, yung sweldo, no, lalo na mga karamihan sa mga Pilipino employed, while it's true that salary is a source of income, it's not the only source of income. Hindi lang naman yan ang source ng income natin. That's why nagkaroon nga tayo ng side hustle, nagkaroon tayo ng gig economy, nagkaroon tayo ng mga sideline racket, no, ang tawag natin. But these things, pag nagtrabaho ka, kailangan mong pagtrabahuhan talaga yan. Kailangan ng hard labor. These require us having to go out. These require us having to exert lots of effort. And a lot of times, no, kailangan nating mag-spend ng oras, time away from the family. A lot of us are fortunate enough to work from home, pero that's not the case for some of our fellow Filipinos. Another thing I'd like you to be, very thankful for is think about it, no? May mga ibang Pilipino na hindi lang sila lumalabas ng bahay just for them to make a living. Yung ibang mga Pilipino, lalo na kahit hindi nila gusto, they're forced to go out of the country just for them to provide a living, no, for their family. So what I'm trying to say here is, guys, we have to understand that we can only do so much. Tao lang tayo, yung sinasabi nila. We can only do so much. We need time to recharge. We need time to rest. We need time to unwind. From time to time, we need time to relax. And even if we get enough time to rest, even if we get enough time to relax, sometimes we still get sick. Kasi sabi nga nila, no, tao lang tayo, we can only do so much. These are the things that we can avoid only if we make our money grow. Only if we make our money do the heavy lifting. Because if we're able to invest our money in outlets that we perfectly understand, Our money just continues to work 24/7. Money does not need time to sleep. Money won't ask for weekends off. Andoy, Sunday ngayon, time out. Bakit ako nagtatrabaho? Your money won't do that. And even if you make your money work, 24/7, your money's just not going to end up getting sick. And that's the secret, no? That's one thing I'd like you guys to unlock. I'd like you guys to unlock the true potential of your money, and diversifying will help you achieve that. No?